nuevo, soy Ajaxins. Continuamos con The Beginner's Guide, con el año 2011, finalmente, ya punto y final del juego. Lo dejamos justo antes de entrar en la sala en la que está la máquina, esa máquina que daba inspiración al autor, o al menos lo que eso parece, que es una idea muy abstracta. Y vamos a ver cómo se enfrenta a la máquina en cuestión.
And of course, it's the machine.
Aquí tenemos la máquina realmente y es la conversación con la que se pretende buscar qué porqué de la inspiración que está pasando como un autoanálisis de la forma más directa. Y toda esa gente que está fuera de esa prensa, pues, como que cargan todo lo que es CODA, porque se llama CODA y pues, básicamente es una conversación de guerra, o al menos eso parece lo que el autor nos está dando a entender.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to CODA to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work? So I started showing CODA's work to people. I took this one, and the islands that you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of. Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something, I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy, so beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, CODA finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of CODA's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that CODA ever made. So let's take a look. And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about CODA's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game. This room actually has a maze in it. Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played, it actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that CODA has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on. the switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of CODA cutting himself off entirely, just saying, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed. Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you. I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself. And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean? I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself. That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay. More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you. If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like. What now? I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I have a lot that I need to make up for. And so I'm just gonna... Okay.
así llegamos al final de esta experiencia. Después de su enfrentamiento contra la máquina, podemos ver cómo el narrador nos cuenta que decide exponer todos estos juegos al público porque finalmente, preocupado por lo que ha visto, decide compartirlo con la gente para mirar de alentar a CODA para seguir con su trabajo. Pero conforme continuamos, finalmente con el episodio de la torre, podemos ver como toda esa desesperación y todos esos problemas para encontrar una inspiración que acaban siendo provocados por el mismo narrador. Porque aparte de interferir con el trabajo de CODA, llega un punto en que al, al intentar dar una explicación a todo lo que él hace y al enseñarlo al resto de la gente, lo que realmente está haciendo es dar una opinión, hacer pensar sobre un trabajo, dar él tiene la sensación de que él tiene la verdad absoluta sobre lo que está viendo y nos habla sobre el trabajo de CODA como sintiéndose súper inteligente, dando la sensación de que él cree que está por encima de todo y que, bueno, que su reflexión realmente da sentido a lo que está haciendo CODA, que es de otra forma, según él, es confuso y sin sentido. Y metiéndose en donde no lo llaman solo por autocomplacencia. El sentimiento ese que tiene de sentirse más inteligente que nadie y, y eso, de buscar la aprobación de otra gente, diciendo, estás intentando ayudar a tu amigo, estás compartiendo todos sus juegos para intentar ayudarle, eres buena persona, es esa sensación tan humana, pero que de buscar la aprobación en los demás, pero que en su caso ha llegado a un extremo realmente enfermizo, que si no es capaz de buscar la aprobación de los demás al hablar de los juegos de CODA, al reflexionar sobre ellos y eso, de hacer una reflexión realmente significativa, que es que haga a la otra gente pues decirle muy buen trabajo, llega un punto en que él se desespera y realmente vemos la verdadera cara del narrador, que en realidad no está ayudando a CODA ni nada por el estilo, solamente es como una especie de trastorno obsesivo que tiene de tener que dar explicaciones sobre lo que CODA está haciendo, cuando en realidad algunas no necesitaban darlas. Eso que hablábamos al principio, de que una obra de arte, un juego, transmite una sensación de por sí, no debes ir a buscar lo que el autor quiere transmitir. La cosa es lo que te haga sentir a ti. Porque igual que cuando destrozas un truco de magia, intentando llegar a su núcleo, pierde toda su gracia. Y por ejemplo, ese momento en que CODA hacía prisiones, que ahora el narrador ha hablado de ello, no tenía por qué ser necesariamente un sentimiento de encierro que tenía él, un problema mental del que el mismo narrador hablaba con tanta superioridad y que a todos pensábamos que realmente tenía razón y él mismo nos estaba conduciendo por ese camino. Finalmente, digamos a un final en que el narrador se da cuenta de todo lo que ha hecho, pide disculpas y de una forma un poco abrupta acaba marchándose. Durante este último trozo, al ver los mensajes de CODA hacia Davy, el narrador, llegué a un punto que estaba ya muy agobiado. Y el mismo escenario nos lo acaba enseñando, que son entornos opresivos y una tristeza general al darnos cuenta de que lo que parecían buenas intenciones pues han acabado estropeando una amistad y bueno, han acabado dañando realmente la creatividad de una persona. Y vemos realmente el problema de aprobación que el narrador buscaba solucionar con los juegos de CODA. Y a ver, a la discusión lo que queda en el aire es si realmente es correcto llegar hasta tal punto solo por autocompasión. Si no fuese por autocompasión perdón, autocompasión, por aceptación de los demás, si no fuese por eso, tiene un cierto sentido que intentase ayudarlo, pero ¿no es mejor realmente conocer a la persona y no conocerla a través de los juegos? Realmente me parece algo muy frío, el que tanto critica el trabajo de CODA diciendo que es frío. Me parece algo muy frío intentar considerar a una persona por lo que hace, no por lo que es. Todo eso plantea más preguntas que nada más. Y no da ningún tipo de respuesta, evidentemente. Y es lo que me inspiró en hacer este vídeo. Como habéis visto, es una experiencia que debemos vivir cada uno por nuestra cuenta, pero también al acabar, que es lo que he hecho yo, creo que sería interesante hablar sobre lo que sentimos cada uno a lo largo de este juego y compartir nuestros pensamientos. Y por eso hice este vídeo. Espero que lo hayáis disfrutado, es uno de los vídeos más intensos emocionalmente que he hecho nunca. Y a mí este juego realmente me caló muy hondo. Justamente al acabar hice un análisis en Steam y la verdad es que estaba sin palabras. Por eso también he pensado que sería bueno volver a jugarlo. Pues nada, hasta aquí, esto es todo. Espero que os haya gustado y, como decía, cualquier pensamiento que tengáis sobre lo que acabamos de ver, compartidlo en los comentarios. Me gustaría realmente ver qué pensáis. Y nada, esto es todo. Adiós.